hasn't been to space. You better not throw up on my ship.
The most awaited Avengers sequel's right around the corner, and every Marvel fan out there can't wait to see how it all plays out. And you know what that means? Time to binge watch every Avengers movie from top to bottom. Every fan's done this whenever a new sequel of their favourite movie is about to arrive in theatres, and Avengers is no exception. Welcome to the TV region, and before Avengers Endgame hits the big screen, let's take a trip down memory lane to see the top 10 moments in the Avengers franchise.
What? You didn't see that coming?
At number 10, it's Loki versus Iron Man. Iron Man will be Iron Man as always.
I am Iron Man.
In the very first Avengers movie, the team faced off with Thor's adopted younger brother Loki, who wanted to rule the Earth. And in his first public appearance after stealing the Tesseract, he was about to kill an elderly man who stood up to him when Captain America appeared with Black Widow backing him up. And as much as people love the Captain, Iron Man steals the spotlight with his badass entrance matching with the perfect music. Granted, there wasn't that much of a fight scene in the two confrontations between them in the movie, yet you still can't help but love it. The second time was in Stark's own building, where he was threatening Loki.
If we can't protect the Earth, you can be damn well sure we'll avenge it.
It wasn't much of a physical fight, but as Stark is who he is, there was a lot of bashing while nailing down in Loki's head that he'll never win in whatever scenario, especially after pissing off every Avenger member. And you just have to applaud him for that last shot he took of Loki before being reminded of his army.
And there's one other person you pissed off. His name was Phil.
Enough! You are all of you beneath me. I am a god, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by that.
At number 9, we have Loki versus the Hulk. This may be one of the most favourite scenes in the Avengers movies, and the most hilarious. Viewers might even actually agree on how Hulk handled Loki and shut him up. Loki really acted like a spoiled child in that scene. After Iron Man heads off to deal with the army, Loki's left in Stark Tower, where he faces off with a familiar opponent, his older half-brother Thor, but that doesn't last very long. After raining some terror in the city, Loki faces off with someone who's much more of a challenger, the Hulk. A one-on-one match, and a one-sided one at that. Loki gets shoved to a wall, and after attempting to talk down to Hulk, he gets interrupted, leading to his beating. This doesn't really need much of an explanation as to why it's in the top 10. Seeing Hulk treat Loki like a rag doll as he kept on pounding him into the ground is the reason we all love this moment.
Puny god.
Is that the best you can do?
Had to ask.
Avengers vs Ultron is at number 8. Another epic moment for the Avengers was their final confrontation with Ultron, where every single member, including the newly added twins, although one of them soon said goodbye, were encircled around the switch, ready to defend it against Ultron. After evacuating most of the citizens, Ultron raises a part of Sokovia in the air, trapping the majority of the Avengers and some of the citizens. There's a huge battle against Ultron and his minions. Each Avenger plays their part, and Scarlet Witch officially joins the Avengers. Sadly though, her twin Quicksilver passes away after saving Hawkeye and a kid. On the bright side, he still manages to be part of the iconic scene, the final face-off between the Avengers and Ultron.
Didn't see that coming.
Seeing all the action cropped in a single place is just simply amazing. Also, you can definitely see how Marvel has evolved throughout the years. Needless to say, this one is definitely an improvement from the last Avengers movie.
I'm a huge fan of the way you lose control and turn into an enormous green rage monster.
Thanks.
At number 7, it's Hulk transforming. Many of the Avengers were skeptical whether Bruce Banner will actually return, since he spent a lot of effort avoiding conflict in fear of losing his cool. But Stark was optimistic, and luckily Banner did turn up.
Or you'll be suiting up with the rest of us.
Just in time too, because Iron Man was indeed bringing the party to the gang.
I don't see how that's a part of it.
Yeah, but I guess we all beg to differ. Earlier in the movie, Banner was asked by Stark how he keeps the Hulk in check, and when he arrived in the battle scene, Captain said it was the right time to get angry, saying that well-known line,
I'm always angry.
Hulk stops the giant ship of invaders, leading to the iconic scene of all the Avengers gathering for the first time in the middle of the battlefield.
Listen well, brother.
I'm listening.
Iron Man vs. Thor is at number 6. Iron Man's someone who likes to play above his level, and going head-to-head with a god is just one example. This scene is one of the best fights of an Avenger versus Avenger. Stark's remarks about Thor also add to the reason why people love this fight.
Power at 400% capacity.
How about that?
Although Captain America did join the party, we still prefer the one-on-one fight of Iron Man versus Thor. Since Stark is basically only a human inside metal armor, their fight is more stimulating than the god fighting with a super soldier.
Are we done here?
At number 5, it's Thor versus Hulk. Don't you just love how Thor said to Hulk, try to think at the beginning of the fight, when we all know Hulk doesn't even know how to think? Now, this won't be the last time Thor and Hulk face off. They also fight in Thor Ragnarok, but just for fun. And we're focusing on moments that took place in the Avengers movies, not in their individual films. Anyway, the intensity of this fight was high, with the lives of everyone on board the ship at risk. Since they were airborne, if Hulk continued to go berserk, then they'd crash, spelling their doom.
That little witch is messing with your mind. You're stronger than her. You're smarter than her. You're Bruce Banner. Right. Don't mention puny Banner.
Hulk vs. Hulkbuster is at number 4. There's so much love for fight scenes with Iron Man in, don't you agree? Because whenever he's involved, you can always expect a little touch of humor.
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
It's no wonder why Spider-Man talks a lot in his battles when he has Stark as his mentor.
What is this guy's problem, Mr. Stark?
He's from space. He came here to steal a necklace from a wizard.
But humor alone doesn't make this scene a memorable one. What makes this moment reach the top 5 is because viewers see Stark use one of his favorite suits, the Hulkbuster. In the comics, it first appeared in Iron Man Volume 1, number 304, during May 1994. As the name suggests, it was created so that Stark could engage in hand-to-hand combat with Hulk. In the movie, it was designed for precautionary measures in case Hulk ever loses control again, which he did, obviously. Aren't the civilians lucky that Stark created this suit, hey? Especially since no other Avenger was able to lend a hand, thus forcing Iron Man to handle their little green friend alone. At number 3, it's the Avengers versus Thanos.
Tell me his name again.
Thanos.
The battle scene of the Avengers in this movie is quite different from the ones they had in the past movies. Unlike the previous two, the Avengers had to fight the big bad Thanos in separate teams. One side that was led by Iron Man had their match on a different planet, while Captain America fought him in Wakanda, joined by Thor.
You die.
The team had to face a lot of difficulties in this fight, improvising strategies, forced to get along with heroes they didn't know, making use of every resource, and heavy losses. This may be the most intense fight they've faced yet, but we all know who's to blame for Thanos winning this fight, right? At number 2, we have Captain America. In Avengers Infinity War, Cap is introduced in a Scottish train station when Scarlet Witch is struggling to cope with her attackers as she tirelessly defends the injured Vision. Proxima Midnight sees a figure appear in the shadows as the train passes. As she throws her weapon towards it, the figure catches it and steps out the shadows. The famous Avengers theme plays in the background as Captain America and the Falcon arrive to fight Thanos' minions, the Black Order. All the ingredients are in place for the audience to whoop with excitement as we see a totally pissed off Captain America.
Let's get you on the jet.
And saving the best for last, at number 1, once again we have Thor. Thor's earned a lot of respect from Marvel fans thanks to his role in Avengers Infinity War. one of the most memorable moments was when he arrived in Wakanda looking for revenge on Thanos. The build up to this epic moment is perfect as we see our heroes in Wakanda completely overrun by Thanos. All of a sudden, the Bifrost comes blasting in, followed by a Stormbreaker. Thor appears in full god mode with glowing eyes and lightning crackling all around him. The God of Thunder goes ahead to deliver a significant blow to the evil Mad Titan Thanos. The scene is spectacular as we see Thor at his full potential.
You okay? Notice you've copied my beard.
So what do you think of our top 10 moments from the Avengers franchise? Do you think there are some other moments that are more deserving to be on this list? Share your views in the comments section below. Please like, share and subscribe to the TV Region and hit the bell icon to never miss any new uploads. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook and also contribute to my Patreon. All of the links are in the description box below. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time on the TV Regent.